Hello. Oh, I didn't see you there. Welcome in. Welcome to our special listen time.
I wish this is when we had a video so we could just do the turn on. Oh, hey. I didn't see you there.
Yeah, with my pipe, I just like take the pipe out of my mouth. Oh, didn't see you there. Welcome, take a seat.
Gather round, ye lads and lasses, and listen for a while. Hearken to my mournful tale about the Emerald Isle.
But anyway, welcome, you horrible dumpster gerblins.
Yeah. Also, you
garbage.
Welcome,
garbage
to you,
gremlins. Hey, I'm the biggest dumpster garbage man.
Yeah. No.
I can live it up.
Yeah, that's fair. I know what I am. It is just literal trash person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And everybody who listens to it. So let's all be trash together.
Yeah.
But anyway, how have you been this week, Dan?
Pretty good. I have been so gosh diddly darned busy. But
yeah, I know that feeling.
Don't you worry, Trey. I still watched and played things. Technically,
I definitely didn't play things. I did like the opposite of that -1 game, which I won't talk about.
Yeah, well, there is one thing. I know it's the forbidden word to talk about, but I kind of think it's really cool what a certain lovely indie company
small
is doing.
indie company, who nobody's ever heard of, has done.
I mean, if you want to, we can talk on it real quick. If we want to keep this,
we can. It's new enough. It's topical enough. We can bring it up. I think.
Yeah, I think when it comes out, well, because I know we don't.
Yeah,
we have mentioned we both play a certain game called League of Legends still. I mean, mostly
we play it.
Yeah,
just for funsies.
Yeah, mostly as something to do, but usually we're for funsies. But they just, I think the weekend before this episode airs, they just did this new thing called the Clash mode, which is like it's kind of feels cool because it's like a tournament style thing.
Yeah, it's like a tournament. I don't know how often they're planning on doing it, but yeah, it's going on the weekend, prior to this podcast coming out.
Yeah, and it's just a fun thing to do because it feels like we did it, and we did surprisingly well.
Yeah, we won 2 games in a row.
Yeah, at the first day at least we were undefeated. So you guys can maybe pinpoint when we record this, because we don't know how we did in the other games.
Yeah, because there's 2 days more if we want.
Yeah.
I don't think we actually have to do those, but we can just do it for better rewards, because we've already got like the 1 capsule.
Because it makes me feel like it makes me feel LCS-y, you know?
Yeah, it felt good. I wasn't expecting to enjoy just how like good that felt, because like we played ranked games before, and we always, even then, we're still mostly just goofing off, but like this time we were all taking it seriously.
Yeah, but it also wasn't like us. I feel like even if we didn't do well, we still wouldn't have gotten like mad. I don't know.
No, I mean the buy-in was low enough. Like 900 essence isn't, or whatever it is not a lot. So
yeah, but that was the big thing. I haven't played too much else. I watched a lot of stuff this week, but I just wanted to say I think it's a cool thing they do. I really don't want to be any of the...
I hope they keep doing it. I hope they maybe fix a little bit of the issues of people getting in, because it took us a while. But I like scouting our enemy team.
Yeah,
I liked
target
banning. That felt really good. That felt really, really good. I like picking on the player that we thought was the weak in their team, the weakest in their teams. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like finding the, it's like, oh, who's the lowest ranked player? Oh, let's just cank him forever, and just till like the second game where you and Chris just like set up shop top lane. Yeah.
Well, that, and also I failed. This is my little mark of nerd pride, but I just felt great being counterbanned.
Oh yeah, I figured it out. Our team is unbannable because none of us play any champions that are on the list of our best champions.
Yeah,
right now, because all of those are from like last season.
Yeah, no, that's it. I just got banned because I also played.
Yeah, I mean, you played like 48 games of Alawi or something, so I was like,
yeah, and it's like 25.
Okay, well, it's more than you have played more games of Alawi in ranked than I've played total.
Yeah, I was a dirty one trick, but basically I just wanted to touch on that was something that we both did, and overall I'd say it was a cool experience.
Yeah, I hope they keep doing it. Yeah. I hope it's like not super frequent. Like I wouldn't want it like every week, but like if it was like once a month, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah,
or once every 2 weeks or something.
Yeah, but anyway, you said we can move on. You said, did you want to talk about? You said you played a game. Was it that or?
Oh, I mean, you know what game it was.
Oh, Final Fantasy.
Yeah, it's Final Fantasy. I'm not going to talk about MMOs in this podcast. I'm going to make a conceited effort to not play any MMOs.
Yeah, I will say, I didn't realize it for people, because I think you've talked about Final Fantasy before a little bit, just as something that you guys all play. I didn't realize that it had a free trial with it, so that's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's worth it. It's worth playing. I really enjoy it. I hate MMOs generally, and I enjoy it.
Yeah,
so
I'm downloading the free trial as we speak, so...
Yeah, so maybe we can convert you, Dan. But other than that, let's move on to not that.
Things we have watched. I know there's one show I actually watched a while ago, but I just never got to talk about. And then there's one show that's new, exciting, and that I have a mighty need to talk about this show. Yeah, but you go first.
You can take. No. You take the.
Okay. Well, first I just wanted to say real quick. For the loyal Dumpster Goblins, Trop was on here. Gosh, almost a month ago now. And he recommended the show Raka of the Six Braves to me.
Yeah, yep, and I still haven't watched it. I said I was. I didn't.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing in a day.
Yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah, I just kind of woke up at like 8.
So pretty good then, right?
It held my interest pretty well. I'd call it. I'd give it the Dan Earl scale of. I guess I'm going to start giving everything letter grades now, but I'd give it a B, B plus, B minus,
a B out of 5. Yeah,
a B out of 5.
Yep. Can we do that, Dan? Is that can that be our scale?
Yeah,
letter grades out of numbers.
Yes, perfect. It's an A out of 6.
Very useful.
B out of 5.
Very, very, very useful. Not arbitrary.
Yeah.
Number scores are great.
Yeah.
Anyway, what did you like about the show?
Just kind of the mystery aspect. Because so the premise of the show, like Trop explained, basically there's supposed to be these 6 legendary heroes that all were supposed to meet at this place, and then they go fight the Demon King, and it's kind of standard fantasy-ish fare. So it's like, it'll be kind of like a fun fantasy adventure show. But actually, and it happens early on, I think like the second episode, and it's kind of the linchpin of the series, is that when they all meet up, there's 7 of them. So one of them's a fake. Essentially, they figure out.
So they're like spending they're like spending it trying to figure out who the fake one is.
Yeah, and they're kind of also they're stuck in this. They're confined to an area. At first, it's like this small room, but then they can go like in the surrounding woods, but they can't go anywhere further than that. So it's a very small area. So they're confined. So it's not like the fake can get discovered and make a run for it,
Right.
But it's really just kind of the mystery aspect of they're trying to figure out the fake, and the main protagonist, whose name escapes me because I never remember names.
Okay. Of this show?
Of this show, yeah. The main protagonist of this show. He's like the centerpiece, and he, without trying to give too much away, for much of the show, he's not the traitor, but everybody else thinks he is for a while, so he kind of goes through and singles out the characters to try and show that he's not the traitor.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's fun. He's also a really kind of cool character, and they make him a little, he's got some plot armor just because he can get away with a lot of bullshit, but he's very, like, a clever kind of fighter, too. He's not, like, big muscleman mixed superpowers.
Right.
Yeah, but that's
fair. I mean, yeah, I'll watch it. I'll end up watching it. I've been distracted, so I haven't taken a look at it.
Yeah, but then like Trop mentioned, and I kind of agree with now, there is a heavy setup for a sequel.
Okay.
Have you skipped?
So don't spoil me too much, because I haven't watched it.
Oh, right. Yeah. Well, I'll say that they figure out who the traitor is at the end of the 12 episodes, but then they set up a certain way so that there can definitely be another season.
Well, that's unfortunate, because this aired in 2015.
Yeah, I mean, it might pull an Attack on Titan and just come back, I don't know, 3 years later.
It could, yeah. I mean, we can hope. It's just, it's been 3 years. It's been 3 years, so.
Yeah. But, yeah, anyway, there was that show. And then, I just wanted to say, so, follow through. I watch things that people tell me to. But then, can we get into the big boy, Trey? The big boy.
Sure. Let's get into the big boy.
Okay.
Let's talk about it.
My goddamn Hero Academia Season 3 is here, boys. It's here.
Yep, it's out. It's out. We can all rejoice. And it's probably going to be, if as long as the animation and, like, the storyboarding is good, it'll probably be the best season.
Yeah, I am so ready, because I'm very much not a manga reader at heart. And this is probably the first show that I've really watched the manga for. I've watched the manga. Oh my god, I'm freaking.
You just clicked the play button on the manga, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, yep. Yep. Indeed. Okay. Send help. We're canceled.
Podcast is canceled.
That's it. Anime's canceled.
Anime was a mistake.
Yeah, but so I know there's a lot of things that happen in the manga, which I'm just excited to see animated. It's probably going to be another 25 episode season too.
I think that's been confirmed. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just, can we just talk about in general why the show's so great? I've already recommended it.
We can get into why it's so great and why I think it's. So as an artist, I love the character designs. I think they're very distinctive and like they have a lot of life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I like every single character, regardless of how much story they actually have, is so distinct and so animated that you kind of like really appreciate them.
Yeah,
so that's my hot take. Like, I enjoy it.
Yeah, well, and it's also just like from what I can tell and from what I've seen on people, and you can probably agree with this, but a lot of the characters, just how they'll dress or just kind of like stand and act in crowds and poses, you can kind of tell a lot about them.
Very dynamic, yeah. I think that's what I don't know who the artist for this but is.
Yeah, I don't know for sure. Oh, while Trey's searching that, for the two of you who don't know, My Hero Academia is a shonen battle show, so it's superpowered teenagers. Basically, everybody in the world becomes a superhero, or like 90% of people, except for one kid, Midoriya, Deku, Izuku, the best. The cutest little one, pinch his cheeks, doesn't have superpowers, but he wants to be a superhero. And then the show shows how he becomes superhero.
Yeah, and he worships this guy called All Might who dresses in red, white, and blue. And I don't know if he's American. I don't think it's ever been confirmed.
Well, his name's Japanese.
Yeah, his name's Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
All of his attacks are named after states in the U.S.
Yeah. Yeah, did you find the artist? Or?
Yeah, it's Kohei Horikoshi.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, very, very, very good at setting up a scene and like very animated characters. I don't know if he's like the most technically good artist of all time, but he is very. There are very few that set up like give characters as much character as he does.
Yeah, I think the classic example people like to say is there's a character whose power is to be invisible, and she still is drawn and like blocked out as a character.
Yeah, like you can tell where she is even if she's not there, if that makes sense. Like you can tell how much character she has even though she's goddamn invisible. But it's a great show. Also, the story's actually fairly interesting. I kind of like it too. I like the story because it's kind of like it's a shonen, but it's kind of on like fast mode. Like it doesn't really.
Yeah, I think
it doesn't spend nearly as much time, especially in combat. It doesn't spend like this. I think the side stuff happens at about the same pace as anything else would in like a shonen. But like the fights are very quick, but they're also very tactical, which kind of makes them good.
Yeah, so that's actually if I can rant on that, I can say like the moment I fell in love with the show was during the tournament arc last season, and more so it's just because like usually the tournament arcs in shows, even if the character has like
best.
They're great, but they're usually so padded. You know what I mean?
That is true. I mean, as much as I liked the Dark Tournament in Yu Yu Hakusho, there were a lot of fights in that were nonsense fights.
Yeah, or even like
nobody had any stakes, so why was that even included?
Yeah, it's that, but the big thing that gets me is they'll do the thing that they'll do in these animes where, let's say that there's a character that just has literally no chance against a character. They'll still make it like this dynamic fight where it's like, oh, this person might totally do it, and it'll take like 3 episodes. And I'm trying to think of a good example. I'm sure there's one from the Chunin exams. Not Rock Lee versus Gaara, because that fight's...
No, that was great. Yeah. That was fantastic.
That's just like, classic.
I mean, the Chunin exam was a good tournament arc. It didn't have a ton of filler, but like seeing them take out every one of the Sound 4, like did we need that? Was that required? Yeah. They were nobodies. They literally were no. After that tournament, they all die, and they don't show spoilers for the Chunin exam of Naruto.
I don't even know who the Sound 4 are.
They're the not the Sound 4. The Chunin Sound. The Sound 4 are different. They're from the next arc, but. The next arc, but they're like they're tuning applicants for the Sound Village.
Oh,
and they all have sound-based weapons.
That's right. I forgot there was even a sound village. I'm gonna be honest.
There was, yeah.
Yeah.
And they all had kooky sound abilities, and they were built up like a lot, and then they just got like fucking ragdolled by every single person they fought.
No, that's that's the thing that gets me is it's just like, oh well, it's the characters that there's no. It's like, okay, I've got it. It's like watching Piccolo fight Frieza. Like, you knew like, Piccolo
it's a waste of time. You know, there was never a world, as much Piccolo is my favorite character, but there's never a world where he's beating Frieza.
Yeah. But anyway,
even after his power up.
Yeah, after all their power ups. Mm-hmm. Anyway, but back to My Hero. So in their tournament arc, it's the fight between mild spoilers, Todoroki, Icy Hot, and Hantasero, Tape Boy.
Yep.
Where Tape Boy gets, spoilers, fucking demolished in 5 seconds.
Yeah, but they don't waste time on it. That's the nice thing.
Yeah, Tape Boy.
It doesn't go into like a deep back. It doesn't go like there's no flashbacks that happen in that fight where the Tape Boy like that talks about how much he wanted to win this tournament, and then he sees a puppy and is dying in the street, and he needs the tournament money, or else this puppy's gonna die of puppy cancer.
Yeah, no, it just is like Tape Boy's like, oh man, I don't think I can win. But it is really cool how they do it though, because he does is like, oh, but I don't feel like losing either, and he tries to throw him out of the ring. And then Todoroki's just like, yeah, I'm sorry for what I'm about to do, and just icebergs. You
can't. Todoroki's a little too busted.
Yeah, it's just it's like the thing that's like there's characters in that show that are clearly out of the league of other characters, or like watching All Might fight the when the when the Villains Alliance attacks the training exercise in the first season, watching All Might fight them, and you're like, these guys don't have a chance. Even when when he punches the Nomu, which everybody should watch that scene.
Oh yeah, everyone's if anyone's seen My Hero, you know.
Yeah, it's he shows what I believe the quote from Giguk is he shows villains what it means to go beyond the fucking stratosphere.
Yeah,
it's so good. But that's one of my favorite things is the fights are good. Also, this is a little thing I forgot to mention while we were talking about character designs. Everybody in that show has more than one non-school uniform outfit. Yeah,
like they have casual clothes, which is not. Well, it's something. It's like it's a very much a shonen problem, and the reason they do it, as like a spoiler, is because you need to keep them looking. There's so many characters in a lot of shonen that if they start switching outfits a lot, you might lose them. But you don't really have that problem in My Hero because all the characters look so distinct, so you can just put them in whatever you want, and they always look the same.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was the reason. I thought it was like the if you have them in one casual outfit, you can keep that model. Kind of.
Yeah, I mean it's also an animation thing. It's cheaper to.
Yeah,
it's cheaper to animate on that. But like if you have a billion characters, like take One Piece for instance, if you have an actual billion characters like he does, then you have to make sure they dress fairly similarly, or else you're gonna have like problems. And that show has very distinct designs too. But even then, like characters vary. They don't go off model that often.
Yeah. Well, and that's It's more so what I meant is it's like there's the episode where they all go to the mall and their casual clothes are different than the episode that just aired where they all are hanging out and going swimming.
It's not so much a problem anymore for shows, but like I know an old like when it was older, like they would try and save money by making their clothes as like just whatever as possible.
It's like this guy likes to wear white t-shirts and jeans.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you look at Yu Yu Hakusho, every single character either had a full suit that was one color, or they had a white t-shirt and black pants. So if you can go look at all their designs are the same. They're like that.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of other things that I can basically the fight scenes. The tournament arc sold me on My Hero Academia and just kind of the character designs. Also, superheroes are cool.
Yeah, I like superheroes. Especially, I like this take on superheroes too. I also kind of like the take on the fact that superheroes may not be the sole good in the world, just because like.
Yeah, the villains are cool too in the show.
Villains are cool. I like the hero killer.
Yeah, Stain.
Not gonna spoil that one, but it's his ideology actually makes a whole lot of sense in a world where heroes are basically monetized.
Yeah, they kind of touch on it where the heroes. It's I think Yaya Rozu's internship. She just kind of is like, oh, I'm gonna study under a hero, and she ends up going and doing commercials all day.
Yeah, exactly. Because the heroes are basically they're like brand deals essentially, and that was Hero Killer. That was part of his motivation. Again, not to spoil it, but that was I thought I liked the world because like even though heroes are like good, they're not good for maybe the right reasons, and that kind of inspires people to do stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, you even see it in the first episode with Mount Lady.
Mount Lady. Yeah, she's literally like, I mean, she's a powerful hero, but she's also a lot of the reason she has so many fans is because she
uses that booty, that mountain butt.
You got that butt.
Gotta get that mountain butt. Speaking of superheroes and promotions in My Hero
Butts
Academia,
and butts.
Yeah, and butts. I mean, I'm not going to talk about butts, Trey. The characters are like 14.
I didn't say anything about the characters' butts.
I mean, Mount Lady's older. She's
an adult.
Yeah. Looking this up before.
Anyway, you were saying.
Anyway, but have you seen? It's actually a deal that My Hero Academia is doing with Infinity Wars, where they've made crossover events and posters, and in Japan,
I have not seen that.
I'll send it to you. My Hero Academia.
Yeah, link it to me so I can link it in the show notes.
Yeah. Oh, hey, would you look at that? Mount Lady's my age. Yeah, boy. I mean, step on me.
Anime was a mistake.
No, just me.
Miyazaki had it right.
Yeah, but maybe as more of the hype episodes of My Hero Academia come out this season, I'll keep talking about it because I'm ready. I'm so ready.
Yeah, no, I am so. Well, I am keeping an eye out. I'm keeping an eye out on that because I'm really excited.
Yeah. Well, did you start watching the anime? I know for a while you weren't watching, right? Or are you just waiting for?
I skimmed through season 2. I watched all the fights. I mean,
okay.
I know what happens. They haven't done anything that hasn't been on the manga yet.
Yeah, there's 2 filler episodes I can think of, which is Suyu's big filler adventure because everybody likes Frog Girl. And the latest episode, which you got to see me ride that emotional roller coaster train. I'm like, Trey,
I was like, I had heard beforehand that it wasn't gonna be a flashback episode. So like I heard you get so excited, I'm like, oh, my sweet summer child.
He's just what was that? I think I was like, Trey, the season's here. 20 minutes later, it's fucking filler. But the Pussycats show up next episode, so
yay!
I believe the term is yeet.
Yep, that is the term.
Yep, I just made it.
Fidget spinners ahoy!
Yeah.
Anyway, I got something to talk about that I've been holding off because I forgot.
Yeah, go for it.
2 weeks in a row. I watched Jumanji.
Like the newest one?
Yeah, no, I just watched the Robin Williams classic.
Hey, I don't know, man.
Jumanji. Right today, now. No, I watched the one that came out this year. Was it this last year? I don't know.
I think last year.
Yeah, I think it was late last year. And it has The Rock and Jack Black and Kevin Hart.
Now, how much of a mistake was it?
I didn't hate it. Oh, I was saying that I didn't hate it. I thought it was I think they like to show how much they were hip with the kids and how much they love the video games, but it's they would bring up what an NPC is, and they went on and on about that for a long time, longer than they probably should have. But I don't know, it was a fun movie. I just had fun. It was it was stupid. It was really dumb. It wasn't brave stupid, but it was it was pretty stupid. But yeah. I thought everyone did a pretty good job. I mean, seeing The Rock play an insecure guy was kind of funny. Jack Black was a teenage girl. That was a weird one.
Huh.
Yeah, that was weird. Kevin Hart was Kevin Hart. He just played him.
Was he sometimes scared and very black?
Yep, that's exactly what he was.
That's it. That's what he did.
That was him. That's all. That was his character. I didn't love that. They just kind of tokenized them. It was kind of
but that's kind of his thing, and that's
the thing is, it was the whole thing about it was the jock character. The jock character gets sucked into the video game, and he has to learn how to be humble because he's a childhood friend of the main character, and he's kind of turned into a jerk in high school.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Yeah, so were they the characters? So the Rock, Jack Black, and Kevin Hart.
Yeah,
are the
they're all
the video game.
Yeah, they're only that in the video. Okay, so like okay, so I probably should have explained this first. It's not like the other Jumanji at all in any way. It's very not similar at all. Basically, what happens is there's a bunch of guys at high school. They are just going there and they find a game. It's like an NES game, Jumanji, and they plug it. They all get detention. All four of the main characters, they all get detention, and they plug in the game to play it, and then they all get sucked into the video game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that idea. I'm 1,000,000% sure it's been done before.
Oh yeah, it's not super. It's not dissimilar to things that have happened before. But it was funny. Like they all have 3 lives, and so like they die in really silly ways. I think at one point Kevin Hart explodes because he eats cake. That was funny. But it was just fun. It was a fun movie. I don't think it was like I wouldn't give it like a 5 out of B or anything. But it was all right. It was okay. Yeah. It was a good movie. I thought it was funny. I think it's fun I think it's a fun movie to watch with friends. Just like have fun with. Like I don't think you should watch. I don't think you should watch it on your own.
Speaking of which, while we're talking about The Rock and that type of movie and video games, Trey, I'm gonna have to go see Rampage. Apparently, it doesn't suck.
That's what I heard too. I heard it was like a popcorn movie where like you'll forget about it like 20 minutes after you watched it, but it wasn't bad. That's what I heard.
Yeah. So I think I'll make plans. We should go see Rampage, and I can just sit there and I'm just gonna pout the entire time. I'll just sit there and just intentionally, I don't like this.
I hate this movie.
Yeah, then I'm gonna leave and be like, okay, I'm gonna go see it
again. I mean, I guess I'm game for that. I wasn't super excited for it, but
I was vehemently opposed to it. I thought it looked the worst, but
it looked so bad. The trailers make it look awful, like one of the worst movies. Yeah. It looks real bad. I guess besides that, I saw another movie that just came out. Actually, probably should have led with this one.
Oh yeah, no, go for it.
I saw Ready Player One.
I'm very curious about how that was.
So I kind of loved it. I'm not gonna lie, but I've also read the book and I kind of like the book too. There's like a huge bunch of people who dislike Ready Player One, and I'm not entirely sure why, because I think it's like harmless, but I think it's just there's a lot of nostalgia bait in Ready Player One, in the book and the movie. Both of them have a lot of like, oh, remember when this thing happened in the past, and then that's kind of like the hook, I guess. But I know we talked about like if the movie was gonna be good. I thought it was really good. It's Steven Spielberg, so like the action scenes were insane. Like they were so good. I really really like the action. There's a set piece at the beginning and a set piece like the 3 major set pieces in the movie are so good. I especially like the last one. I really like the last one. The world is interesting, even if the characters are not fantastic. Like you like the characters are super 2-dimensional, like to the point where like you don't even like you meet like there are some characters you meet later in real life because they're all online. And like you're just like, oh, I guess that's those guys are then. I guess what else?
Just hey, it's them.
There's a romance in it that might be one of the worst romances I've ever watched in the movie. Like it was real bad. It was not good at all. It was, in fact, it was borderline creepy. Like it was, it was like, I guess to give a little context without spoiling anything, the main character the main hook is there's an Easter egg they're trying to find from this guy James Halliday, and if he died, but him and this other guy created this game called the Oasis, and the Oasis you can do like literally anything. It's like a VR game. Think of like VR chat, but like the memes aren't quite as aggressively like horrible.
Yeah, that's kind of what
and
I've
like
heard.
that's like it's like in the future, so like a lot of people's like a ton of people's jobs are tied to like the in-game currency you get in the Oasis. And if your character dies, you lose all your stuff, sort of deal. But there's non-combat places all over, so you don't have to fight anybody. And it's kind of cool. Like it's one of those things where people said that there was too many like references in it when the book came out, and then VR chat comes out, and that's all VR chat is. And so I'm just like, I feel like it wasn't that off base.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what I got from it. Well, and you said, I think we talked about it previously, but you said the 80s references are kind of very, very important, actually.
Yeah, because because you're the contest says after Holiday dies, you have to find these 3 keys that go to 3 locks, and then once you find the third one, you get his shares in the company, and you get total control over the Oasis. So the whole thing is to find the keys. You have to basically dig into Halliday's past, and Halliday's past is like 100% based off of like all the stuff he liked as a kid and like growing up.
So only 90s kids remember.
Yeah, so only 90s kids remember. Yeah, it's a lot of like 80s references for him. There's a lot of there's a lot more modern references like in the movie than there was in the book, which I think is fine. I think that's probably better actually, because like people who are seeing the movie are probably going to be younger or
and it doesn't date the movie to the 80s.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? It dates it to now, but I mean even then the entire movie is a nostalgia piece.
Yeah, so yeah, it's probably not going to age as badly as it probably seems, but I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I think I would actually rate it pretty highly just because it really does a good job at what it sets out to do. All the characters, when they're not trying to be like as two-dimensional as they are, they're pretty funny. Like they do some really fun stuff. The villain is kind of terrible, but like it's kind of played for laughs.
Yeah, it's like supposed to be megalomaniac-y villainy, right?
Yeah, exactly. And the references are fun because they're kind of tied into the game a little bit. Like they're used really well. The CG there's a ton of it, but like it's used really, really well. Like I was very impressed by the CG used in it. Probably too because it wasn't trying to be realistic, so like it didn't.
Well, yeah, because it's a video game.
Yeah, exactly. They're playing a video game, so like it doesn't matter if it's not trying to be realistic. Also, some of the references, I'm kind of surprised about some of the ones they actually ended up pulling out. Like there's ones that you would expect, like some of the stuff you see in the trailer, like
like the
Halo,
Iron Giant, Tracer
Iron Giant, Halo, Tracer, Rainer's in it. Like it's kind of funny, but you can just buy those characters in like the game they're playing. Like they're like avatars you can buy.
Yeah, it's the same as VR chat. As soon as it got made, people were like, "Oh, I can mod this to be Uganda Knuckles." Yeah,
that was a fun time meme. Yeah. But I just think I like the movie though. That's my review is I like the movie out of 10.
Yeah, like the movie out of horse.
Yeah, exactly. And I really enjoyed it. I think people should go see it. I'm like serious, even if the concept doesn't sound good to you. And I know some of the people I like podcasts I listen to and like the movie reviewers, some people did not like the movie, and I guess that's fair. I guess it's just really how much the references bother you. Because there's a lot of them. That's unavoidable. You're going to have a lot of references.
Yeah, just by the nature of the material. I mean, I think I'll probably go see it. I don't know if I want to see it on my own. Maybe I'll just take a day to this week, because I think I might take a day off or something, or I'll take like the weekend and I'll just go theater hopping and watch Rampage, hate myself, go watch Ready Player One, end up neutral, and then I need a movie that I know I'll like. Actually, when's Avengers? Beginning of next month, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe I'll wait till then. But then, actually, I don't want to go anywhere near a movie theater then. Until I see Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I don't think I want to be there the first week after Avengers comes out. I don't think I'm going to go see.
Yeah, I mean, don't go anywhere near a theater.
Yeah, I'm not dedicated enough to have gotten midnight release tickets already. I'm not the lad I once was.
Yeah.
But, nice. It sounds good. Do you watch too much other stuff, or just have you been a movie boy all week?
I was a movie boy. I did watch some other things, but if you want to talk about something, if you have anything else to share.
I don't have too much else. I did try, this might just further cement me as a fucking weeb, but I did try watching two, a good friend of mine in Grand Rapids, Will, if you're finally listening. Hi, Will. I like you. You're a good friend. But don't get mad about what I'm about to say about your TV show. He recommended me. Well, I got recommended 2 shows actually. One is called My Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, which I think it's all on Netflix now. But that one I'll talk about first. That one, I think my friend Ryan Lathrop recommended me. Really, really like it. It's funny.
Okay.
Yeah, I've watched about 3 episodes. The premise is this woman, she's like midlife, pretty successful as a lawyer, but she runs into this boy of kind of happenstance this guy that she used to date in like junior high or something. And she finds out where he lives, and she just goes like psycho and moves to the city where he was moving back to.
Oh.
Yeah. And, it's like the shenanigans ensue type of stuff. Also, I kind of like it. Also, to out myself as other nerdy things, it's a musical show.
Oh, okay.
And I really, and it's good songs, kind of fun. Some of them are kind of easy jokes, but
this isn't an anime, right? This isn't just a show?
This is a real life human person TV show.
Okay, you were saying you were a weeb, and I was
myself.
I was trying to imagine like a musical anime.
There's none of those, right?
Not really. It's not really a thing.
Yeah, I don't think the Japanese like musicals as much. Maybe? I don't know, but
I'm not sure.
It's fun. It's very much like I think I tried to get you to watch this one. You never watched Gallivant, did you, Trey? Or
no, I did not.
It's really funny. It's a couple of years ago, it was one of my favorite things to watch. It's the presence of Gallivant it's like a knighthood adventure where this guy goes to like save his bride fiance, and then she's just like, but then the evil king comes and like kidnaps her, and he goes to save her.
Yeah. I watched like the first 2 episodes of that actually, and I kind of hated it. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh.
I just didn't find it funny. I'm sorry. I don't know if the humor wasn't for me, but I got really bored watching the first 2 episodes, and I don't like musicals that much, so like.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think it was. Well, I would watch. I think the back-to-back was that, and then it was the first season, aka the only good season of The Last Man on Earth, which I know that show's on
season 2.
Season 5.
Season 2 was alright. I liked it. I didn't hate season 2.
I mean, I got burned out by the end of season 1 because
it's a lie. It lies though. He's not the last man on Earth.
Yeah, well, and it's kind of like the shtick just got like stale. I think.
Yeah,
because I
feel like he's really good at making like pilots and really good at making like season finales, because like the filler in those seasons were terrible for the most part.
Yeah, I'd even say like the last third of the first season, or the last like 2 or 3 episodes.
I feel like the last couple episodes of season 1 and 2 were really good, but like there were points where I almost wanted to stop. There were points where I actually wanted to stop watching mid season 1 and mid season 2. Where I was just like, this is just unbearable. All the characters are terrible people, and they all act like children most of the time. So I was just like,
yeah. Well, I just liked, because it kind of built up. It was like, oh, he's the last man, but then he meets Kirsten Shaw in the first season, so it's like, oh, they're like stuck in this. And I would have just liked the show. I don't know how much they could have done with it, but that's why I thought it was so cool if they just did the show as like these two who don't get along in like post-apocalyptic adventures, kind of like I Am Legend, but funny.
Yeah, I agree with that, actually. I think that having such a big cast kind of like, why even call it Last Man on Earth? It's not true. It's just not. It's patently untrue.
Yeah, I liked when the second woman showed up, because I was like, oh, I can get down with this. Do like a Three's Company at the end of the world thing. And then the other guy showed up, fucking Todd or whatever his name was. And I was like, okay, I actually still kind of like this, because, suddenly they realize they don't have to settle for this terrible human person of a man. And then they just like are like, oh, now we introduced 2 British women, and then there's this other guy.
And then there's another guy, and that's not, there's even more. Like, did you watch season 2 or 3?
No, I got.
Oh my god, there's so many people. Like, there's a lot of people apparently in The Last Man on Earth, which is, I think, is why.
Yeah, it's kind of like I didn't like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not an unwatchable show. Every once in I don't watch it like episode to episode when it comes out, but every once in a while if I'm bored, I'll just go on Hulu and just like watch the whole season.
Yeah, just the whole season. Well, and that's like, I don't know. Maybe that's some of these network shows, they just feel too formula-y, which is what I can say of the other show I watched. It's called The Good Place, and the only big star in it is Kristen Bell. Yes, Kristen Bell. Yeah, it's Kristen Bell. Basically, the premise of the show is Kristen Bell's character dies and goes to heaven. and she's met by, well, I can't remember. It's Ted Danza, I think. Yeah, it's Ted Danson. But basically, Kristen Bell and Ted Danson. So Ted Danson's character plays this angel who sets up this perfect community for people in heaven called the Good Place. But basically, you realize this in the first episode. Oh, you also meet your soulmate, so you find like the one who you're truly meant to be with. And Kristen Bell's character is just like, oh yeah, by the way, I have the same name as that person. That's not who I am. I sold fake drugs to elderly people. And just the show, it does so many jokes that get dumb so goddamn fast. Like, whenever they say...
I'll admit, the premise definitely doesn't, like...
Well, the first episode was, like, kind of funny. It did things that I kind of liked. But then they decide to just hammer this joke home every episode that they can't swear or say the F word because, also it's a network show, so they can't do that. But instead, they'll just say fork all the time. And I'm just like, that is the stupidest joke, because she'll be like, oh, you mother forker. I'm not calling you a forker, right? And by, like, the 4th episode, she's still doing that. Yeah. And then just, like, all the other jokes, it's like, oh, of course, there's a character who's, like, there's a super perfect character that's just so great and nice all the time. Ted Danson's character doesn't understand things about humans. It's just so much of the show gets burned out. And I'm just like,
it sounds really not great to me. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, and like everybody I talk to, and like again, Will, I still like you as a person, but Will's like, oh, it's super funny, and I couldn't do it. But I also tried to show Will Konosuba, and he didn't think it was funny at all. But I tried watching, and I think just network comedies, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I just don't like that style. They feel kinda...
I haven't been able to like a sitcom since How I Met Your Mother. I literally every other sitcom I've ever tried makes me want to die. I just want to I just want to jump off the nearest high place because it is just so unbearable. It is sitcoms. I'm convinced sitcom it might be the lowest form of television just in
absolutely.
general. Like
I actively think The Big Bang Theory contributed to the downfall of American television.
Yeah, like, I just, it, like, retroactively ruined Friends for me. I don't know, I loved Friends, and I just, after How I Met Your Mother, I just can't watch anything. I can't even watch How I Met Your Mother anymore, because I hate that now, too. Like,
yeah, you're just like, man, I just remember when I liked this.
Yeah, like, I used to love this show. And now, like, trying to rewatch it, I'm just like, I want to go commit some sort of crime type thing. I want to go rob a bank now.
Yeah, I think with that show, with those type of shows and sitcoms, man, turn this into a 10-minute rant on sitcoms. But let's
do it. No, sitcoms have it coming.
Yeah, I just they just are so like they always try to take the elements from really successful ones because all of them boil down to more or less the same thing. But like honestly, I like this. How I Met Your Mother had the characters that they had a lot of characters I really liked. Also, The Secret with How I Met Your Mother. I think I read this somewhere. All of the characters, you're supposed to find at least one thing that you heavily relate to in one of the characters. Which is compared to Friends, where all the characters in Friends were similar-ish, minus like Joey or Lisa Kudrow's character. You're just like, oh, hey, I remember these people. But then after you watch more sitcoms, they just try to like improve on that highlight. So people have tried to copy Barney Stinson, Neil Patrick Harris' character, in every single sitcom since then. Or try to do like the I don't know any of the names from The Big Bang Theory, but it's the one that isn't Sheldon, isn't Indian, and isn't the main character from Big Bang Theory with the bowl cut.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
I don't know
his stupid face. But that character, they're like, well, he's kind of like Barney Stinson if Barney Stinson didn't have good luck with the ladies and was a nerd. And I'm like, okay, write better characters.
Yeah, no, I feel like it might just be the fact they have to write so many episodes. It's like the soap opera. It's like the soap operas of like comedy shows. It's just like maybe just the fact that they have like nothing ever changes episode to episode and just have to keep like spinning out content constantly. But the writing in sitcoms is so bad. It is just not good at all.
Sorry, I was going to say, yeah, with How I Met Your Mother too, going off your point where you said they have to change things. How I Met Your Mother, things change. Things carry over from episode to episode. Not heavily. Like, none of the characters have their entire world rocked and changed.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
But there will be stuff that happens. Time passes. I mean, like, it's not like nothing ever changes in night. Like Friends too. Like, things would change every once in a while. It's just like, I don't know. It's just not a formula that works. Like, I feel like a lot of the laughs people have from those is just like the laugh track comes on and you just kind of feel like you need to watch it.
Have you ever seen videos of The Big Bang Theory without a laugh track?
Yeah, it's horrible.
It's horrendous. That show is absolutely terrible. Also, it's nerd blackface.
Yeah, pretty much, but it's I don't really care about it. I think it gives nerds a bad name. Like, oh, I don't know. I don't like that show. I don't like any sitcom. To be fair, though, I used to like sitcoms. I actually think I hate them now. All of them, in general.
Yeah, I think. Well, for me, American comedies. Like, I'm just spoiled. I think that as far as like comedies go, Parks and Rec is just
that one's great.
Would you call that a sitcom? Or I was gonna say
I wouldn't call that a sitcom.
Yeah, I'd almost say mockumentary-ish. Yeah, not as much as The Office.
Yeah, I think it's whatever. It's like this. It's like a similar genre. It's genre adjacent to whatever The Office was.
Yeah, but I think like Parks and Rec just you can't top it. I think.
Yeah, I think Parks and Rec Parks and Rec was great. I love that. I loved everything about that it's just like I think the best comedies for me are ones that have like more than just the jokes. Like you like shows like BoJack Horseman where it's funny, but man, it'll hit you. Like I think the comedy is almost like to offset just how much it can hit you. Hell, even going back, Scrubs. I think Scrubs is great on a rewatch. Like, I've rewatched Scrubs like 4 times.
Actually, I need to rewatch it soonish because I used to hate that show and then it grew on me. But
it does that. Season 1 and 2 of Scrubs is not amazing, but
the same thing about Parks and Rec season 1. You gotta force.
Yes, Parks and Rec. I had to force myself to Parks and Rec season 1. It's one of the worst seasons of anything. It's just kind of it's so unrepresented. It tried so hard to be The Office in season 1. I think that really hurt it.
Yeah, but oh god, I can just talk about Parks and Rec for another 20 minutes. But
yeah.
Alas, I will not. Well, Trey.
Anyway, speed round. I got one more thing.
Yeah, sure.
I gotta bring up. Because this one's super topical. It came out yesterday. I watched 2 episodes of the new Lost in Space, the remake of the 1960s TV show.
Oh, how was that?
It's okay. It is not unwatchable. I watched the whole episode and I didn't get bored. It's just I think the characters don't necessarily act because the premise is an asteroid hits the Earth, so the Earth is unlivable. So humanity gets the best of the best people and just flies off into space. And something happens which you don't really know until a little later, at least. And this family of people are kind of they're in a pod, and the pod gets disconnected from the main ship, and they get lost in space, and they get landed on an alien planet, right? And stuff happens, and it's a real tense time, and I think it's just funny. It's just weird because sometimes the characters will make quips at each other, which I don't think are appropriate for the situation they're in. And it's not the acting is bad, except for the boy. I don't think the boy is a very the little boy, Will Robinson. I don't know what his name is, but I don't think is incredibly great at acting, especially after season 4. Episode 2. I don't know why I said that. Yeah, especially after episode 2, I don't think his acting abilities are stellar, but. People do and say things that I don't think represent don't really make a whole lot of sense in the situation. But the budget for the show must have been. It is a really pretty show. It's the budget must have been massive.
Yeah, it's not a Netflix show, right?
It is a Netflix show.
Oh, it is. Couldn't tell.
Yeah, it just came out yesterday. It's 10 episodes, so it shouldn't take you too long to finish. I recommend trying out the first episode, and I don't because I think the first episode, as far as I've seen so far, is a good taste of how the show is. So if you don't like the first episode, then you're probably not going to like the rest of it from what I'm seeing so far. Unless there's some huge shift at some point in mid show, which I haven't gotten to, but it's interesting enough that I'm probably going to finish it. I'm interested to see what's happening because there's a lot of mystery as to what happened to the characters. The characters' dynamic isn't bad. The acting from everybody else, especially the two younger female characters, they're really good. Those two are pretty good.
Nice. I might have to, maybe. It's sci-fi, so it might not be my cup of tea. But...
Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna watch a sci-fi show on Netflix, you should watch Altered Carbon. But that's just I am biased. But if you're an adult person and you want to watch a good sci-fi, like a really good sci-fi, Altered Carbon is probably your ticket. But this one's serviceable, especially it's a lot more family friendly than Altered Carbon. Altered Carbon is definitely a show for adult type people.
Nice. Yeah. Neat. But anyway, so you have any more stuff?
I do, but I'll save it for next episode.
Yeah, I don't know if we're running out of time or not.
Yeah,
get another 2-hour episode going.
Yeah, there we go. Perfect.
This is the double cast.
Yep.
Buckle up.
Everybody strap in.
Strap on? Strap in.
Strap on. Both. But yeah, you have anything else to share?
Not really, except for all friends, enemies, associates. Trey and I need new shows to challenge the other with. I'm going to say next week is another challenge.
Yeah, next week's
we've had it too
challenge.
Good for good long.
We really have had it too good for too long. So next week,
found your challenge.
Oh boy!
Let us know.
So
friends.
just to be clear, we're doing bad. We're doing bad this time, right?
I was going to say bad, or because as much as I'd love to challenge you to watch Dragon Maid, I also think I want to make you watch Netflix original Boss Baby television show.
Oh wait, there's a TV show.
Oh, I was just looking at Netflix. Yeah, it's 13. It's got a season. I want to die.
All right, no, bring it. Hit me with your worst next week.
Else.
Yeah, next week. Yeah. We're gonna hit each other with the worst things that we can find.
Or we can just watch Miraculous Ladybug.
Or we can man up and just throw each other under the bus for our lovely viewers.
Deal. Anyway, we're at about an hour long, so...
Yeah, so we can just peace out. So I'm Trey.
I'm tired.
Fair. Now get out of my house.
Bye. Not in your house.